What's up, everybody? Chance here. Today's reaction is not going to be like any other I've ever done.
Chance fucking Wilkins. Looking at the Goblin who lives in Akron, Ohio, grifting for sympathy off someone else's trauma and suffering, like he always does. Shout out to Death by Design for the video. That's where I've pulled this from. Let's get right into the Raxx bullshit.
Today's reaction is going to be about something very serious.
Your pedophilia allegations? The fact that you're 35 and have never had a job? The fact that you're living in filth and have scabs all over your forehead? I think those are much more pressing than the general idea of PTSD that you're about to speak on.
And that is the effects of PTSD and what it can really do.
You wouldn't know what it can do because you've never had PTSD. You've never done anything to get PTSD. You've never been to combat, that's for sure. The only time you've ever gotten into a fight was with Marty, and then you got on live stream right after. I don't believe you. I think you're a liar and a grifter, and you're only doing this to get sympathy because you're a pedophile.
Now, as many of you guys know, I myself deal with PTSD. I deal with depression, anxiety, panic attacks on almost a daily basis.
Too bad you don't deal with a shower on a daily basis. Too bad you don't deal with brushing your teeth on a daily basis. And most of all, it's too bad that Sally has to deal with you on a daily basis. It's insane the level of disrespect you have for the woman who raised you.
Over the last 8 years, I've been through hell and back. And one of my longtime fans sent this to me on Discord and told me that I needed to take a look at this.
Cyrax, you do not have fans, long time or otherwise. Nobody is coming to you for social commentary. Nobody's coming to you for insight on mental illness. The only help you have to anybody is an example of how bad your life could go if you were an unwashed pedophile goblin living in Grandma Mommy's attic, eating Hot Pockets and sipping sludge.
Because it really touched on the very real effects of PTSD and what it can look like. And they did say that, fair warning, you might tear up.
This is Cyrax priming his audience for the fact that he's about to put on a performance of distress.
And so if you guys see me tearing up, you know why. It's because I've been, through this shit.
Cyrax, I've never seen you tear up in your goddamn life. Every time I've seen you cry, it's drier than the fucking Sahara Desert. You just... Shut the fuck up.
And so, hopefully I don't tear up. Hopefully I don't, get too crazy.
That time has long passed, buddy. You whipped your dick out on live streams trying to get Marty shut down. Oh, I'm gonna get too crazy. Yeah, that shit passed.
But with that being said, let's get right into this.
Hold on. Rodrigo! Oh my God! Rodrigo!
Look at the blank expression on his fucking face.
Breathe. Shut up. Everybody, just shut up. You got it. Breathe. Hold it. Now let it out slow. Now breathe. Hold it. Let it out slow.
Look at him! He just stares dead into the camera, just... I don't know how he thinks this is supposed to be like an emotional reaction. He's just sitting there hunched over in his attic, just blankly staring at a screen of somebody else actually going through something.
Breathe in. Hold it. Let it out slow. Breathe out. Come on out. Come on out.
It's okay. He'll be fine. He'll be okay.
Oh my God. I want you to feel what you're feeling. Okay, now, you want to hold on to that feeling or you want to let it go? Hold on or let it go.
Their thoughts.
Remind your thoughts.
You gotta do it. Listen to your dad. You gotta do it.
Go. Listen to go.
Alright, I'm not gonna make y'all watch this shit where he's just staring blankly at the camera anymore.
Thoughts. They are not you, and they are not your friends. Now listen to me. You want to hold on to this feeling, or you want to let it go? What do you want to do? You want to feel good? You want to feel bad? All right, then you let go of the feeling. Let it go. You want to go. Hold on, Daddy. Hold on, Daddy.
It's okay. It's okay.
And here it begins. Cyrax grifting off of someone else's trauma and someone else's genuine emotional distress. Let's watch his Oscar-worthy performance. Oh man. Let me walk towards the window. You know, ironically, this is probably the only sunlight this man ever gets in his entire life, is when it comes through the window. And you know what? It was helping to cover the scabs on his head earlier, so I'm gonna give him a pass on the terrible lighting. Look at him! I'd like to call attention to the arm placement here. This is the arm placement of someone who is not well up here. Arm like this. Something wrong in this. Look at this posture! Look at... oh my god, he looks like some kind of scabby bowling pin. What the hell? Yeah, pretend to wipe away those tears, Cyrax.
I know that face all too well.
Do you?
When I was on the edge of suicide 3.5 years ago, that same face is the face that I fucking had.
Is that a fact? Chance. Is that a fucking fact? Well, you know what's funny about that is you live streamed yourself having a suicidal moment, which is not true. You lied about it, because you're a sympathy begging little monster. But we can look on camera and see the exact face you had at that moment. Ugh! But look at that fucking face. Look at that little face. Look at it.
Fuck, man. This is why I keep saying that trolling needs to fucking end.
Trolling needs to end because you got called out for being a pedophile. You do not have to suffer anything like what the fellow in the video had to, Chance. You were not on the edge of suicide. You got caught up in your own terrible actions and had to face the consequences for them. And now you want to call a sympathy card and pretend like you have the same level of distress as someone in uniform who's probably seen way more shit than you will ever see in your entire life in the span of 15 minutes.
This is why I say that trolling needs to be made into a crime. This is why this shit that y'all do with the trolling shit, this right here is a prime example of what you guys fucking cause when you do this shit y'all do. And
the only thing we cause when we make fun of you is for you to get up on panel and get up on YouTube and make more stupid videos of you filming yourself in your granny's attic for us to laugh at, boy.
it causes shit like this. It doesn't just affect veterans, it affects everyone.
It does not affect everyone, because not everyone's been through a traumatic event, but you're right, Cyrax, PTSD is not exclusive to military members. Firefighters, police officers, everyday people can have PTSD, and different things can cause PTSD. You do not have PTSD. You refuse to take accountability for your pedophilia, your rampant use of racial slurs on stream, whipping your cock out, and exposing yourself to thousands of people, and abusing your grandma verbally and emotionally every fucking day. Ed should go back up there and pop you in the mouth again.
PTSD just doesn't affect veterans, no. It affects normal people like myself.
Normal and people are two words that cannot be used to describe you, Cyrax. Try disturbed and goblin.
God, I feel so bad for this guy.
God, I'm getting off to how much sympathy I think I'm gonna get.
Fuck.
Yeah. Okay. Do I love you? Do I love you? Do I love you? Now I need you to love you. Do you love you? Do you love me? Do I love you?
Look at him fake tear up and fake cry over this family trying to pull this man's life back together. Look at him be like, I know the feeling.
I love you. Breathe, listen to me, do what I'm telling you. Now let it out slow. Now breathe in, hold it 3 or 4 seconds, let it out slow. Hold it 3 or 4 seconds. Breathe in, let it out slow. Hold it 3 or 4 seconds, don't talk. Don't talk. Hold it 3 or 4 seconds, don't talk. Breathe out. Don't talk. Don't talk. Watch your breath as it leaves your mouth. There you go. Now let it out nice and slow. And let it out nice and slow.
Yeah, clutch your fist to your chest, Rex, like you're in severe emotional pain. You're full of shit.
Now breathe in. And then breathe in.
Ugh, see a little jaw wiggle? That's nasty.
Jesus Christ, man. Dude, that was heavy as fuck.
Yes, Chance, someone else's emotional distress was heavy as fuck. Too bad that you can't feel those feelings because you're a psychopathic little goblin.
I understand that feeling all too well because 3.5 years ago, when I had attempted to take my own life, I had those same thoughts in my fucking head.
You did not have those same thoughts in your fucking head. You did not have the feeling that you'd be better off dead. You had the feeling of, if I hold this stylus to my neck, bitch, and I threaten suicide, that'll get Maudie to back off.
I had those exact same thoughts. And you know, people seem to think that PTSD just affects our troops. or veterans, it affects everyone.
Chance, it doesn't affect you. You do not have PTSD. You don't. You've never been to a doctor. You do not get to diagnose yourself with this when you have an IQ south of your shoe size.
It affects so many people on so many different fucking levels. And this is exactly why I advocate for mental health and why I say that trolling needs to be taken more seriously than what it's being taken.
Does advocating for mental health include all the times you told Marty to kill himself, or that you were gonna kill him, or that he deserved to die because he's a worthless person? And then you called him like every slur in the book?
This is why I constantly say that somebody needs to step up and do something. Too many people lose their lives because of shit like that, because of PTSD.
I think you're really confusing your message here, Cyrax. You're saying that people take their lives from PTSD and someone needs to step up and do something about it. Well, people do. They're called therapists. And you should see one. But I don't think you ever will. One, because they cost money and your family has none. And two, they would ask you to take responsibility for your actions. Therapy isn't just affirming yourself and having someone tell you that you've done nothing wrong and everything you've ever thought is correct and everyone else is the problem. No, therapy gets to the root of the issue, and the root of the issue for you, Chance, is that you're a monster and you take no accountability for anything and you use people until you can't anymore and then you turn on them like the lying snake you are.
Because the thoughts get to their head and they don't know what to do.
I'm fairly certain no thoughts have ever reached your head aside from, man, that's a cute little kid. I'll send him my dick, bitch.
And they feel like there's no other choice. I should know because I felt that way 3.5 years ago, both times when I tried to take my own life.
Again, with a stylus that you previously had stuck up your ass. So I really don't think it's that threatening to hold it to your neck when you had it up your ass and then licked it afterwards. You nasty, nasty little being.
I felt like nobody cared.
And you'd be right.
I felt like the world would be better off without me.
And you'd be right.
I wanted the pain and the suffering to end.
What about the pain and suffering you would have inflicted on actual children had it not been a sting operation? What about the lives you would have ruined by sexually assaulting them like you did Blind Billy? Did you ever spare a thought for them, Chance? Did you ever think, man, for all the trauma I think I've experienced, what if I'm inflicting that onto other people? No, you weren't thinking that. You were thinking, hey, maybe this minor would like to see my scabby little penis. Isn't that right, Chance?
I was terrified. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know how to think. I didn't know how to feel.
Yeah, I know you don't know how to think.
So I understand that feeling all too well. And to that veteran's battle buddies and his parents, good job on you guys. Good fucking job on y'all, man.
I really don't think they need the congratulations of a pedophile goblin who lives in his granny's attic and has never held a job in his entire worthless life.
Fuck. That was brutal.
Yeah, wipe away them fake tears, boy. Wipe them away.
Anyways, y'all, if you guys did enjoy this, be sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and the notification bell down below.
If you do any of those things, you're a fucking idiot. Don't ever watch his channel. Don't ever like it, subscribe it. Let N-Word Boy and William Gloryhole post the videos and get them from there. Do not watch his channels.
And I'll see you guys in the next video, man. I love you guys. As always, stay humble, stay positive.
Alright, whatever you say, Chance. Well, that was the pedophile of Akron. Again, grifting on other people's trauma for sympathy for himself. He doesn't want to take any accountability for his actions. He doesn't want to actually make amends for what he's done. He just wants everyone to feel bad for him because my music would have been taken off by now if it weren't for the trolls. Whatever, Chance. Go fuck yourself.